Hey y'all, Ritz here with another Watcher of Realms video. It's been a little while, been on a break. I wanted to do a little bit of Arena. So, Arena is busted. We all know it's busted. We all know it's terrible. Um, but in some ways, in some areas, it's worse than others. I wanted to show you guys what I have. This is my team. Obviously, if you don't have these heroes, you're going to have to switch them out. For a long time, I had Cyrene here uh, instead of Valeria. And Cyrene is actually quite awesome because she allows your whole team to come out before the second round. Basically, your whole team is there by round 2. And I'm going to show you guys my set here. There's my Cyrena set. Yeah, so here's the gear I would put on her. And she was able to tank up until like 400k, basically, BP opponents. It was amazing how well she can tank when she has a healer. But honestly, I would recommend a team that looks like this if you don't have any of the crazy incredible heroes that everybody has, like Valderon and the Pope. It's terrible, honestly. I think it's awful. And, well, I mean, this is not going to be a good showing, but you'll see basically what I do here in 3x speed. I have it so that if you go very slowly at in the setup, in the defenses, you can get her up that far. And that's really going to be the key to this defense. The key to the speed of this defense is that she's up that high. And then getting in a burst DPS on the first... Your first burst DPS should come in here. Preferably that's going to be someone that's low cost. Get out your DPS sooner. You can see I put in Eloin over here to get Invig on Valeria and to start healing her. Dolores has Invig to put it on Silas. And finally I get out... Oh, there she is. Finally out comes my Zilla 2. And it was thrown off a little bit by the RNG of the Wailing Skull there. It's actually a little crazy how good that guy's doing, and mine is off. The timing is off. Anyway, the timing here is not great, but you can kind of see that this team is a little insane when you get down to the later levels. I'm actually going to take it off of auto, put her up. You'll notice I don't use Valeria's ult in the middle here. I kind of rely completely on Zillatu, Silas, and Dolores being the driving factors. But in general, the way to do this is you got to slow it down. I'll show you the process. I mean, this is only Platinum 1, so I'm going to blast through them. I was up in Overlord. I actually hit Apex Overlord before they brought in Valderon, Pope, and Ingrid banners. Now I can barely hit Overlord, but you can actually also see my defenses are pretty solid. These are my defenses for... all of these are single target. So here, Valderon and Pope took me down 449k. Over here from Russia. This is a very similar team to mine. This Glorn Barth guy, and he lost a couple before he was able to beat me. So you could see, like, yes, I do lose a few, especially when there's Valderon and the Pope in there. But I'm able to put out a very solid showing. So the way to do this, you go to your defense team, Single target, edit, you're going to start your process. And you're going to watch very carefully. You're going to keep it on low speed, and Valeria has to get in there as soon as you hit 13, and you're going to drop her down right on top of this guy right there. I'm going to hit auto ult so she ults as fast as possible. Someone's probably going to tell me in the comments that it's actually faster to do it not with auto, but I don't really care. It works for me. And I don't have to think about it too much at that point. So once you hit 12, you're going to put in your, or whatever cost you need, your second, I don't like that it pulls that away, but your second burst DPS, preferably for me, Silas gets in there before the guy dies, because then he gets that boost to his damage, but you can see it doesn't really matter with hers. Okay. I'm waiting for 16 damage, and to keep her alive, I'm going to put out a huge burst from him, and he's going to keep her alive by killing these guys off super fast. And that's why I need my burst DPS out there quickly. The other option, if you can't get that fast enough, is you're going to get your healer out before you put out your burst DPS. It's just this is a little bit faster. You just need her to survive until your healer can come out. And of course, we all know Eloin is amazing. Hollow would work for this probably fine. Is she the best in slot? Probably not. Eloin is probably the best in slot, but they're pretty amazing. Okay, I'm going to do her ult because it's ready. I'm actually going to do hers because I think Valeria has what's it called? An Soulbound Arcana set. That's what I'm looking for. And here comes the big boom. Pop. And that took out half the life of that guy. And we can do him and drop her in. And we're off. And Silas will erase that guy and we're good. Now you're just going to rotate your ults basically as you go. Silas is about to end. That guy's about to die, so we don't need to do it, which is great. I could have probably done Valeria's, but I didn't want to. So I'm going to start Zillatu's ult when the first guy comes out because her ult is super long. And when the second guy comes out, I'm going to start Dolores because her ult is pretty short. Now, there are timings for Valeria's ult with this guy. Like right there, I could have started it maybe, but I've never had success. She always dies when I hit her ult on the last burst, and I can't seem to figure out how to fix that. So, and you can see the timing there was perfect, so that Zillatu's ult and Dolores' ult finished almost at exactly the same time. And they both finished right as the guy died, so that's actually like perfect timing. When the second guy comes out, usually is when I hit my Silas, and he just is a walking delete button, so he's going to do that. Oh, Zillatu's dying. I forgot to keep an eye on her, and her ult actually expands her range to include Zillatu, so you just need to hit your ult there when you have a chance. And as Silas ends, I'm going to hit Zillatu and Dolores. And that's going to give me that extra boost of damage right there. Now that round is usually going to be just a little slower, but it's fine. Now you're not going to hit Valeria until the second guy comes out on this last round. Anyway, they finish that off, and you're going to hit Valeria. She's going to go. Silas is going to go. We'll drop the Wood Elf in there for Zillatu. Hit all the ults. And now this last guy is going to just disappear with the pop. All right, so that's single target. That was single target. Now let's take a look at my AoE defense. No Lord. I do have Venoma. I do not have, what's his face? There are other options here, but I find this to be quite solid. Let's just do a quick gearing. You want him in an SA set. Here we go. Comet DPS is going to be fine. Actually, that's my best case scenario. She's in an IR set because that's where she does the most damage. There is Lust and Hatsuit switch back and forth. And Cyrene is already in her set. Now, one key for this setup is you need to have Cyrene in a Lunacy visor, and you need to have your Valkyra in a Lunacy visor. Otherwise, this setup doesn't work. He's obviously going to have a Tear of Twilight maxed out, and she is going to have Idril's Gaze. Okay. Now here's the process here. I sometimes lose the first round. I sometimes win the first round. Drop in Cyrene immediately, and then you can double time it for a second. She's going to get that cost up real fast. And here's Hatsuit. She's going to face right. Now this is key, because Hatsuit now can hit everybody that is coming in on the right side of that bottom row as they come in. You can hit your ult and she'll just take them out. Now we're going to drop in Valkyra. I missed the timing there just a second, but that's okay. I'm going to hold off on Valk's ult until we get Comet on the field, because Comet has Soulbound Arcana. Comet comes out because Cyrene ticked. Now we're going to ult with Valk to get a tick on Soulbound Arcana, and Comet's going to be doing a little bit more damage. Now notice everybody is disappearing before they start moving, because everyone can be hit before they start moving. Valk is a 1 for me, so she can hit all the way over there. If you have Ardea, she can do the same thing, and it's amazing. Hatsuit is hitting over there in the spot that Valk can't reach. Now we're going to drop in our Eloin facing up to heal for the DPS up there. And we're going to wait until the second round of guys comes in. I am not using Comet on this round. I'm going to use him on round 5. And I'm going to use her right there to hit all those guys quickly. Heal up Comet to get him all the way up. And we're going to use him here. Valk. Now you're going to watch out on this one. If these guys are going to die before the next group comes in, which they may or may not, they will. You've got just enough time. And now you don't need to use Hatsuit until the last round. the third round, which is best case scenario. Now I'm going to use Hatsu, and it's going to just wipe out this last round really quickly. Get Elwyn going right there. Come on, Comet. I need you to get up your ult as fast as possible. There we go. Comet goes, and he just wipes everyone because he's incredible. We're going to drop in the Wood Elf over here for the ground defenses. We're going to hold off on both of them for the next round because we're going to need those ults for the next round. Okay, 7th round is not the fastest, but it works. Okay, boom. Everyone gets hit. Okay, now we're going to hit our Hatsu because that way we got the last guy on the bottom there as well. Healer. Come on, come on. Missed him. Okay, it's all right. We should be all right here because Hatsu's going to clean it up. I can pull Cyrene to let them go. And come on, don't go south. Don't go south. Perfect. Hatsu cleans it up. Oh no. Okay, that doesn't always happen. Anyway, you get the idea. I guess my gear is not geared 100% properly, but you get the concept. That's how I run it. Usually I'm able to clear the last round. I don't know what happened there, but that's the idea behind it. You're getting your setup so that everybody is able to hit that right side as they're coming down, and that's the best case scenario. Let's look at anti-air. You're definitely going to want someone who is a lord here. Does she have a better set? Let's see. Nah, that's fine. She doesn't need crazy high speed. That's fine. Dolores is all set. Let's see here. Hatsu we know is set. Mari, you just want fast. Nightmare Samsara, you want her built fast. Oh, I've got her in the wrong set because I had her set up for Guild Boss. Here. So you can see her speed is crazy high, 630. And her rage regen is high. The reason her speed is high and her rage regen is high. So this also brings up her speed quite a bit. So yeah, here's the concept for the anti-air. If you don't have Silas, you can use Hex. He does fine here. This is the spot you're going to use only if you have a Lord. If you do not have a Lord, notice his range goes to that extra step over on the right. If you do not have a Lord, I'll start this over so you can see it. If you do not have a Lord, what you're going to do is you're going to put Silas or your big damage dealer here. What that does is it negates the bonus that a lot of people have from the Lord bonus. So one way or another, it's the Lord bonus is going to give you that extra range. And if you place your Silas or your Hex, your major damage dealer, here, they're going to get the hits in early. I just realized I did that backwards a little bit. Is that right? Yeah, I did that. I didn't do it right. So I was talking and I forgot to do something. I forgot to drop in Dolores. So the reason you're putting him in the front is twofold. One, you're getting the extra range. And 2, he's going to be in the range of Dolores, which is going to be key for later on. You want as many units in Dolores range as possible. 1 will not be, but that's going to be okay. And he also gets Invig from that, which is going to be massive for later. Now, here's my recommendation for your timing on ults. You're going to ult right about there before the guy starts moving, and he's going to be demolished immediately by your big damage dealer. If you have Hatsut or your burst damage, you're going to go here. Whatever your burst damage is, you're going to go there. Now notice, Silas is taking out all the first ones that come out, so all you have to worry about is this next round. Burst and you're done. Just get it early, basically, as soon as you're ready. Now I'm going to trigger Dolores for this one, and she's going to basically take care of this round. Here's Mari coming in for the slows and for the Invig on Hatsut. And now finally Eliza comes in over here. I'm just going to use the Hatsut's burst to take them down very quickly. And now burst damage, your single target damage has to be going right away at the beginning. And you'll notice they disappear. By the end, at that point, your Dolores should be ready, and your Dolores should be able to just clear this round with her own damage bonus, as you can see. And now we're just going to wait until about here. When these guys come into Hatsut's range, we're going to hit her, and she's going to do her thing, and boom, we're done. That's my setup for air defense. My air defense is actually my strongest. That's been my setup for a long time. All of these have been my setup for a while. This is my setup for all of my fights. Anyone, by the way, if you're looking for fights here, anyone who does not have everyone fully promoted, that is going to bring down their BP, so you have to be aware of that. You have to understand that sometimes their BP is kept low on purpose, because what that does for them is it allows them to have easier fights, and their big damage dealers can do more damage to the lower BP enemies. But so that's a key to look out for. The lower BP enemies are easier to kill, and it's based on the defense, unless they changed something in the most recent update, which I didn't really look over the notes for Arena because I'm kind of sick of Arena at this point. And with the whole update, I think is a terrible idea the way they're doing it. The Apex shop, when Apex Arena is only reachable by spenders because you have to have Valderon, the Pope, or Ingrid in order to reach it. I think it's ridiculous. And now they've got a special hero that you can get who's apparently going to be really good in Arena, maybe, could be, possibly. And it's going to take months to get her, even if you get in Apex every day or every week. I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's busted. And Moonton, you still haven't listened to my suggestion of make a secondary track for people like myself who have been playing a long time but still don't have any ancient exclusive heroes, basically. So make a second track that excludes ancient exclusive heroes, and I feel like you'll get a lot more players in Arena to be happy. Yeah, for me, I'm basically going to run down the list. I'm not even going to bother with some of these because I can just refresh and go on and move up the chain without having to worry about Valderon, at least in Platinum 1 for sure. By the time you're in Platinum 3, you'll see a lot of Valderon, you'll see a lot of the Pope, and it's annoying and it's terrible, and you're just going to have to refresh and refresh and refresh. And hopefully you will find some without, and you'll find opponents that are beatable. But don't be fooled by a low BP when Valderon's on the team, because Valderon is a truck. He is a Mack truck when he hits. And oh, this guy already lost because he set up over there. So the key in Arena is you want to get them as fast as possible. He hasn't even engaged in the fight yet, and I've already finished the round. That's why you want guys up as high as possible. What I used to do is I would bring in Wrath over there. When he finished the first round, I would take him out and put in someone further up because I didn't have a way to get it. But Cyrene is the answer to that. Cyrene, you drop her in, she gives you the cost regen right away, early on, and she just moves you up. And she gets you right up front, and it's very easy, and it's very nice, and she holds the line totally fine. Single target with Boreas. I don't know why you're doing that, but sure. Anyway, Cyrene's ability to generate cost is incredible. There's a reason she's the most used unit. Well, now it's probably after Ingrid in Overlord and Apex Overlord. She was the most used unit, at least. We can look after this one. There's a reason she was the most used unit in Overlord or Apex Overlord for a long time, because she's just great in Arena, and her ability to generate rage is just crazy good. Yeah. So anyway, that's my Arena guide for you guys. When I have a chance, I'll put in the chapters so you can jump to whatever team you want and you can get my final thoughts. I think Arena is busted. Needs a massive overhaul if they want to keep people happy with Arena, because now that they have the Apex shop, which I think is a bad idea the way they have Arena set up now, the Apex shop is just... Yeah, see, Cyrene is in Overlord the most used unit. In Apex Overlord, she is the most used unit. There's a reason for that. In AoE, she's the third most after Ingrid and Praetus. You know, and Dallin is in anti-air. Cyrene is 15. Dallin also generates cost slightly differently, but okay. But like, there's a problem that Ingrid is now the most used unit in anti-air. She's still probably really highly used over here, but nope, she's not even on the list because everyone has Valderon and the Pope. Anyway, yeah. So I wish you guys great luck. I hope that this helps you out and you gain many more wins in your Arena run. At this point, that's what I got for you, and I will see you in the next one.